Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and delightful morning to one and all. Esteemed professor, doctors, and our distinguished attendees, let's inaugurate our webinar session today by honoring the Kitab Al-Fatihah. To the esteemed Dr. Thava our spotlight speaker for today, and to everyone lending us their time and curiosity. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today for today's webinar on thesis development, traditional and ChatGPT-based. Thank you for converging here. I am Munirah Muhammad, postgraduate student at the Faculty of Plantation and Agrotechnology, UITM Perlis branch, and it's a privilege to be your moderator for this enlightening 2 hours journey. So before we proceed, I would like to raise your attention to several matters. First, kindly ensure your microphones are on mute to provide a clear soundscape during our discussion. And next, got a burning question. Simply raise your virtual hand and we will bring you into the conversation. Alternatively, type away in our chat box and we will circle back during our Q&A session. So stick around. We have got a little something for those who stay until the end. A link for attendance will be shared in the concluding minutes and will remain active for 15 minutes. Thank you for your cooperation. So, ladies and gentlemen, so our webinar today is honored with the presence of Dr. Thava. For those who have joined us this year, I want to inform you that this is the second year we have conducted this webinar with Dr. Thava. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I think everybody already know that about Dr. Thava well, so no need for me to explain to introduce about him in details. And without further ado, let's lend our ears and open our minds to Dr. Thava. Okay, Dr. Thava, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Munirah. It's a privilege having you as well as a moderator today. And thank you, Dr. Khairon and entire UITM Arau team, and to the top management as well for having me and organizing a fantastic class. I think Dr. Khairon really worked hard to make sure that the participants are of high numbers today. So thanks to her and her time also, and her students as well, definitely. Very good morning, everyone. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. I hope the fasting is going very well. I think in very short time, we're going to have Raya as well. I'm looking forward to it. I always love Raya every year. We have long breaks. And then we have to do a lot of work heading before Raya. So that is something I need to remind all PhD students, master students, and also academicians. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic, guys. Okay. So we need to finish probably as much as we can so that we can have a very good break. I mean, especially to all the students who's writing thesis, journals, proposal, and so on. So that is the primary focus of today's class also. So I've been doing this for UITM for quite some time now, with various different campuses and branches and faculties. But I became a bit of permanent with UITM Arau, and I love doing that with them. They are very organized. So thanks to that also. So today's class, one of the fourth lah. Okay, the first of the fourth. Let me share my screen. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about thesis development techniques, and let me stress this very importantly. Today we are going to talk about traditional and ChatGPT based. So if anyone comes here thinking that it's only going to be ChatGPT based, I'm going to tell all about AI and so on. That's not the case today. I'm going to tell you when do you need traditional, and then when you can actually use AI. No, I think many people don't talk about it that way because most of the people who talks about AI, they just want to sell their AI software. And fortunately, I don't sell AI software. I choose not to, though I'm getting a lot of offers to sell, and good money comes from that. But I don't want to because I still don't have full confidence in AI software yet. That's the main reason. And that's why today I have to share all the nuances, the pros and cons. Okay, the pros of traditional, which is unbeatable, definitely, because it relies solely on our intelligence. Okay, we are all very intelligent people, otherwise we won't be here. And we're also going to look at the pros and cons of AI apps or AI software, for the matter today. So we're going to cover both aspects of it, and I'm also going to cover time management, how you can approach a supervisor, a bit of nuances here and there within these 2 hours. So please stay tuned and don't sleep off. I'll try to make it as interesting as I can. And this is the first class. So we have 3 more classes going every quarter as usual, same like last year. And today's class, I think let's get started with it. And also, if you have any questions, I would prefer you to just chat it up lah. So you open your chat box, make sure it's open. Let me open mine. Whatever questions that you have, you can openly ask in the chat box. Be proactive as you can. Okay, no harm done with that. That would be better, actually, more interactive. Let me open the participants list also. Always UITM as the biggest group, one of the biggest group. So yeah, happy to have all of you. So I'm going to skip this. I'm not going to go through this. I'm going to just very quickly introduce our organization. Okay, we have officially signed MOU in 2022 December with UITM lah. So we've signed MOU between Proofreading by UK PhD and UITM, and with that MOU, I think we have done a lot of fruitful things. I've shared a lot of knowledge along the way. Okay, it seems very good collaboration so far, and this is us, okay, our organization, Proofreading by UK PhD. We're an ISO certified academic consulting firm, and we also endorsed by we were also endorsed by SFEP and also Human Resource Ministry. And this is our working location so far. Okay, this is where we do businesses. We consult and coach and proofread documents and so on. And for today's class, we are going to solely focus on thesis, proposal as well, definitely. Not going to focus on publication entirely because that will come in the second part of the class. Not going to focus on this as well. We're going to focus on this today. Not examiner correction, but more of what kind of comments will you get during your proposal defense and Viva as well. Okay, and then this one also we're going to focus on during our second class. Okay, and we are all going to touch base on language. This one very important. I'm not going to say that use our proofreader. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to share what kind of situation you're going to face by using AI tools to proofread or paraphrase your document. Many of them don't know that yet. I've actually, to my surprise, in the past 2 months that I'm conducting classes with various universities, a lot of people are making a lot of mistakes by wrongly using the tools. Okay, they don't know that there is a big flagging part at the end called Turnitin AI, which is currently unbeatable. A lot of people don't know that yet. And I've also got to know that UITM has migrated from originality to Turnitin back. So that means it's very much a stumble block for all of you. So must be very, very careful when you use any AI apps to proofread or paraphrase your document. Okay, so as always, 100% participation. So if you're doing anything else, if you're focusing anywhere else, please forget about it. Give your full attention here because this class would not be repeated back. If you realize whoever joined last year, you will never be hearing about whatever I said last year. This year will be like, almost totally new. Okay. Okay, so I know many of you would have came across my templates. I've been sharing this for quite some time now in every classes. But to my surprise, in every class, I still have new students who don't know this, that we have this traditional method of free templates, completely free, all of this. You can download all of this from my Telegram. So just very quickly, I would like to know from among today's participants, how many of you don't know where to go and download these free templates? You can use this to basically write a lot of things in your thesis and journal as well. So how many of you don't know that where to go and download these templates so that I can know how many of you are basically new today lah. Okay, so let's see. We got many hands being raised and many people being commenting. Right. Okay. So that is actually okay. Banyak juga All right. Okay. No problem. Okay. So I'll guide you guys where to go and download this. So we've got many templates like this, how to critically review literature, how to summarize literature. All this I shared last year, or last year classes. So last year classes, we focus a lot on literature review. This year class will be focusing mostly on chapter 1 development. Okay, mostly chapter 1 development. So last year, so I shared where you can go and look for literature, how to do literature matrix, and these were all done last year. So this year, we are going to focus on problem statement. We're going to focus a bit on systematic literature review later, probably in the second class if time permits. And then we're going to focus on thesis table of content today, proposal defense comments, Viva comments, what you should expect from it. And then this year also, we are going to focus a lot on introduction template, background template probably, and then problem statement template, how do you form RORQ from there, as much as we can touch lah. All right, so before I show you where to go and download these templates, you can also, in case if you don't know how to use it, like, so you download this thing, you're looking at it, and then you'll be like, how do I use this thing, right? So sometimes I won't be able to share all of it. I have limited time as well. However, you can go and watch my free classes. Okay, why do I do these free classes? Obviously, it's for our followers, to increase our followers, definitely. That we have our motive there. But also, we cannot, I personally, and my entire team, we have about 120 people team now. We cannot serve all the clients. We cannot serve all the students and academicians because we have very limited resources. So what I do, I create this kind of classes so you can self-serve yourself as well. So for those who think that, okay, I can watch this class and then I can move on with my, with my work, please feel free to do that. So how do you get to these classes? For those who don't know, you can find all these classes in my Facebook page. Okay, so you can either scan that QR code there, or you can alternatively go to the link directly. So let me just give you guys the link. Okay, I just shared the chat box, so you guys can look at the chat box. And if you click that particular link, you'll basically be looking at this. Click continue. And then you'll basically arrive here. Okay. So if you look at here, we share a lot of things on daily basis. So whichever that is helpful to you, you can go and download and use. We also share a lot of videos on daily, not on daily, like a couple of days once. I'll be sharing short videos on important things that I want to share. So you can have a look at the page. It's purely educational, not so much on promotion. Then we have, if you don't forget to click follow and like button, you can find it somewhere here. Follow and like button, make sure you follow and like, because even if you follow and like, sometimes you cannot see our posts. That is how Facebook works, unfortunately. So if you click more and then you go to videos, click this videos button. Okay, this one now is the most popular class. Don't worry about this. This one I'm going to teach you today. And then if you scroll down further, okay, you can see here. A bit of bug on Facebook page as well. Very bad. Okay, you see this link over here, right? Free writing tutorials by Dr. Thava. This is our complete playlist 1. So if you go to this playlist, which I'll try to go very quickly now. Okay, if you see all, here you can find all my classes. Literature review, AI tool, and Web of Science database. Okay, which one is better? ChatGPT for thesis writing. I'm going to share about it today, so don't worry about it. Literature review template for thesis proposal. So in case if you missed the classes last year, you can go and watch this and learn how to use the problem statement template, how to do background writing, introduction writing. I'm going to share about all this in more detailed manner this year. Okay, these are all only 1 hour classes, but the one that I do with UiTM will have different set of notes, or all the universities like that. Those are direct classes. Literature review part 1, how to publish in high impact journal, how to structure complete thesis. Working mom in PhD, how tough can it be? This one is a podcast with my former client from UUM. Okay, she was a working woman, how she made it through. And then a lot of things. Okay, chapter 1 template, concept paper, how to write, literature review, databases, more podcasts, and so on and so forth. All right, so you can go and watch this whenever you are free. All right. Okay, now where do you go and download the template? This is the link. Okay, you can scan this QR here, or I will give you the link. Okay, so if you click the particular link, okay, this link doesn't take you straight to Telegram, but it takes you to everything else. Not everything else, everything and including Telegram as well. So this is all my SOCMATs, Resource Center, what else? Facebook Video Center, everything you can find here. Upcoming videos also inclusive. Make sure once you arrive here, I'll give you maybe 30 seconds to click and arrive here. So I'll wait for you guys so then I can explain. Okay, all right. So if you are here already, make sure you click the subscribe button. Why? So that whenever I publish new item, new class, you'll be informed. Sometimes Facebook won't inform you, so at least I will inform you. And then if you scroll down further, you can see what we do as services, as in services, and then our templates, how to request for it. Our TikTok channel, which has very, very important videos, some of the videos that I'll be sharing today, which you can go and watch later. Make sure you follow and like. And then Telegram group, this is where you can download all the notes. So if you open Telegram, okay, so we are almost 15,000 members already. So from here, that's how you join Telegram lah. So you click this link here, okay, and then it will take you something like this. It will take you here. Then you just view in Telegram, and it will open up the group itself. If you already have existing Telegram app lah, even though you have to download and then you can try it later. Don't worry about it. So once you arrive here, you can search for anything you want related to academia. Related to academia. Don't search anything else. You won't find it here. So you can search example, how to write problem statement, how to write literature review, and so on and so forth. So if you click search, you can find a lot of resources here. Why? Because this channel, or no, this group per se, has been around for what? 5 years now. So there are 5 years of accumulative notes I've shared here, which you can use as a resource center. So put it like a complete Google, but for academia only. That's why Telegram is beauty lah. You can chat and you can store all the items very, very long ago, so it'll be there. Not like WhatsApp. WhatsApp will expire. That's why we need to have 2 different platforms. Okay, then templates. That's the main important part today, right? So you click templates. I'll normally tag for every universities that I teach. So templates for UITM. So once you click this, I tagged already for you guys. You can download all of it here. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Anyone having trouble, please let me know. But I think it's pretty straightforward. You can also find all the classes from here. You can also visit it from here. And then you can get some of the free notes from here and my YouTube channel. Today, I will be sharing I'll be premiering a very, very important video, okay, on Palestine issue. So make sure you guys go and watch me and Dr. Sufyan. He's from West Bank. My former colleague, we have done a podcast together. So for those who are active, I actively follow Palestinian issue. So for those who follow Palestinian issue very effectively, very, very actively, please go and watch this video. It's very, very nice, very, very nice in the way that how a person from a war-torn country had made it out, and how the things are back in Palestine. You can hear it directly from a Palestinian. So make sure you go and watch later from my YouTube. I think it'll premiere around 11:30 to 12-ish. Okay, so that is that. I hope all of you can visit already, the links given. So if you're having issue, let me know. Otherwise, I won't stop. I'll just continue. So here we have 5 different items we're going to discuss today. Okay, so we're going to discuss about table of content for proposal. Okay, or thesis also both cases. And then where do you go for literature sources, or what kind of literature you should look for? So the 2 important parts we're going to cover. And I'm going to give in a bit on how to plan for your entire PhD master's journey in terms of very restrictive time planning. Very restrictive time planning, because I think graduate on time and graduating before time is still on the horizon for many. It's not very widely spoke about these days, but it's also essential that you finish on time so that you get your life back and move on with your life and so on. And then comes the AI tools and GPT-4. I'll share a live prompting effort. Okay, how I normally do it, and then turn it in AI. All the issues that people don't disclose under turn it in AI, and then proposal defense and Viva preparation. So these 5 we're going to cover as a opener for this year, for 2024. And then from this, we'll cascade through other classes. So that's why it's absolutely essential that all of you who are attending today, make sure that you attend the following 3 classes because they are all connected in a way. Okay, they'll be branching out from today's class. Okay, so before I continue, okay, we have the entire UiTM community from whole over Malaysia here. So I'm very glad, we can get that in one single platform. So I would like to know, so that I can balance out the class today, please comment in the chat box, all of you, at which stage of PhD or Masters, I always forget the word Masters, sorry about that, Masters by Research, whether you are at the starting stage, just discussing topic or, and so on, or just designing artwork, very, very beginning stage lah. And then whether you're already chapter 1 to 3 ready, almost towards proposal defense, or you're already after proposal defense in your thesis stage. Okay, right. Still dalam niat lagi. Boleh je, start je. Starting again is not something I would, I really wish you the best. Okay, baru nak sambung PhD. Okay, wish you all the best. Yang baru nak start tu, I really wish you all the best lah. Okay, so a lot of end gamers are here. They're already in thesis stage. I wish you all good luck. Make sure you guys chase after, not chase after lah. TOT is not a title for you to chase after. It's nice to have. Who doesn't like it, right? But it's more of regaining back your life lah. So that move on with your life. Don't need to stuck in a course for so long, right? You got life to live. Very short life anyway. We'll register October 2024. Okay, go ahead. Wish you all the best for thesis. So a lot of beginner stage, a lot of new registrants. Okay, a lot of people interested to continue. Please continue. Please continue. Don't worry about it. One way or another, I can tell you all, knowledge will always help you. Okay, and the way you think. Okay. Yes. Oh, Dr. Tahira is here. Hi, Dr. Tahira. Okay, my very, very old friend. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Tahira. Okay, so Dr. Tahira is exemplary. I'll share about her later. She's part of my profile today, without her knowing also. So for those who are thinking, oh, should I start? Should I not start? I would advise you go ahead and start. Go ahead and start because PhD, you don't do it for job sake. You do it for knowledge sake. Okay, the knowledge will help you one way or another. It will. Okay, I guarantee it will. So don't do a PhD just because you want to become a lecturer. I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay, but I'm saying you are so intelligent. Don't narrow your scope so much. That's all I'm telling. Okay, I'm not telling don't do PhD and don't become lecturer. That is essentially the best career path. But then you also have to understand that we have very limited universities with very limited positions, very limited. But I think it will grow lah. Many universities are coming, it will keep growing. So I don't think that's harm. Malaysia is a very good education hub now. So you are at advantage here. But at the same time, don't limit your scope. With PhD, you can go back to industry. With PhD, you can go back to ministry. With PhD, you can explore the world. You can go and do postdoc wherever you want. Okay. Honestly speaking, as long as you have solid publications. The publication carries a lot of weightage. Okay, a lot of weightage. I am someone who did PhD overseas and did my postdoc overseas. So I can tell you that with good PhD, with good publication, you can easily find postdoc anywhere else in this world, if it's not in Malaysia. If you are a person very adventurous, you want to explore the world, nak buka boundary to go to other countries, kan? I think PhD is a very, very good path. I'm not talking about migrating lah, because honestly speaking, I lived in UK for 5 years. I still come back to Malaysia because there's nothing like our country lah. I can tell you that for sure. Okay, for sure, 100%. So I still choose to come back, although I had opportunity to go to Canada and US and so on, but nothing like here. So I choose to come back after 5 years, after exploring and get all the knowledge kan dari orang putih. Then we come back, and then we use that knowledge to improve our nation. I would go on that path lah. All right. So on the same note, graduating on time and graduating before time, sometimes it's over gimmicker in our country, a bit of over gimmicker. I won't say it for gimmicks. I won't say it for marketing. I won't say it for business. I will say it for your life. Okay, so I graduated before time. I graduated mine in 2 years and 11 months, I would say. Completed everything 2 years and 6 months dah masuk Viva dah. Masuk Viva dapat minor correction, habiskan correction, then terus ke my postdoc job in Birmingham. I joined my postdoctoral research. I was a senior research associate in Aston Institute of Photonics in Birmingham before even got my Senate letter. Why? Publication. Publication really plays a lot of factor here. Okay, so I stressed out because of graduating before time, because I really want to get out of that PhD cycle, supervisor, student, that cycle, because I thought I was too old already, but I was only 26. But to all of you, I think you should focus and try to finish as soon as you can to regain back your life. So with that, these are some of the motivational story. Okay, so we have Dr. Zayed here, who graduated before time. These are all my former consultees. Graduated in 2 years and 7 months. He followed our coaching program right from the beginning. So he made it with 7 Web of Science publications. So this is a good example that you can follow. Not a good example, I would say different circumstances, different scenarios. Okay, some people have family, have kids, have full commitment, they have to work. You cannot expect to graduate before time. Graduate on time also, it's a struggle. I have to be fair and honest lah. Okay, then we have normal full-time workers. Okay, these are full-time workers who did PhD part-time. Also very good examples. I just choose mix and match. So this is Dr. Rosna now in UKM, and this is Dr. Lima, who is back in industry. Took him about, both of them took between 4 to 5 years. Then we have Dr. Taira, who is watching today. She is one of my always my best inspiration when it comes to, I always share this in all my classes. My best inspiration when it comes to how far a human can go, okay, to get what they want. So she went through, I think, about 10 years between changing supervisors, and I've heard all her stories because we met back in December 2020 or 2021. I think 2020. Yeah, I think 2020. So until now, I use it as an example how far. If you ask me, would I do 10 years? I don't think so. I think I would have quit already. But she between changing supervisor, between going through a lot of hassles and life and so on, she still managed, but didn't do very well in Viva. So we had to step in. I had to personally step in, coach her, and motivate her back so that she don't quit. And finally, she completed. We met in 2020 November. Then she completed 2nd of February 2021. Okay, so this is how far a human can go lah. No problem, Dr. Taira. This is something that I really share with a lot of people. I got one more who came to me after 12 years. Continued coaching, started coaching with me, and then suddenly disappeared again. Now she's already in 14th year. I don't know how to trace her back, tried, but I think she sort of gave up already. So don't take too long, because the tendency to give up is very, very high. So I won't stress on graduating on time or before time. If you can, it's very, very good for your own personal benefit. But don't take too long, because the tendency to give up, to quit your supervisor, losing mood on yourself is very, very high. And changing of supervisor will take place also, because supervisor might retire, supervisor might get other jobs, they'll move on. Then you will be left stuck, holding your thesis, don't know how to move. Then the next supervisor will come, they say, you know what, change the whole topic. Then, you are doomed. Okay, so make sure focus, chase your time. This is your moment. So how did I personally graduate before time? What did I do? I didn't do any magic. I just basically focused. I really, really focused. Okay. So my first motivation, my first motto lah. Okay. This is what I tell myself. Okay. Almost every day I tell myself. Every day I get up. In the UK lah, all alone, with very little money, with very little things going on for me, and no social life whatsoever. I always encourage myself not to quit. Okay, not to quit. and keep going lah. So that's how I made it. So if you come into this kind of life-changing journey, PhD, if you ask me, is life-changing journey. I don't know how it is for you, but for me, it was really life-changing. And you need to decide never ever to quit. Then only you can go far in your life. All right. And reading is absolutely essential when you go to your PhD or masters. I mean, in terms of research, lah. Because without reading, you won't go very far. I can guarantee that. And now a lot of AI apps are coming. People are encouraging or use Chat PDF, use AI PDF, use apa lagi PDF.ai, Chat PDF, use Perplexity to read, to use ChatGPT to read, upload the paper, the flow read for you. I will tell you, please, I'm not saying it's wrong. Do it, it's up to you. But go and check back the info. Make sure it is 100% true. Okay, that's where the most problem happens. Actually, most of the information can be misinterpreted. TikTok video. Okay, if you look at this particular video, where is it? This one. I've done personally on this. I've done my own experiment. I used an app called Perplexity. Perplexity is quite famous app. Okay, to read the paper. No, to write problem statement. To write problem statement and to read the paper also. So the FLIR, from the paper that the FLIR read, the FLIR give information to you. And the FLIR basically said in this particular video, the FLIR basically said in Malaysia, under Malaysian healthcare context, okay, there is SERVQUAL, that means service quality study already done. Okay, service quality study already done. And therefore, there is service quality issue in Malaysia. That's what this particular write-up in Perplexity said. Okay, but when I go through the reference, you can see the references here. It's a bit blurrish, but you can go watch the video later. So when I go through the references here, so when I play this, I open the paper. So I'll go to the paper. Here I open the paper. This is the paper. You can note this point, open access. So I'll come back to this later. Note this point very clearly, open access. So when I go through line by line, quality of service, line by line, until the end, until conclusion I went through, actually in Malaysia, there is no study conducted on quality of service on Malaysian healthcare at all. But Perplexity already decided that the study already conducted and there is a problem with service quality in Malaysia based on these papers. But this study proves that the actual study that Perplexity app cited proves that no study conducted before. So this is very, very shocking for me. So I shared a video on that, which got very good views. Be very, very careful when you ask apps to read papers for you, because it might not be giving the actual information, the FLIR make-up information sometimes. Because the whole synergy of artificial intelligence is predictive outcome. It's predicting what should be the outcome. Okay, it's only predicting, it's not 100% definitive. So you must always understand that when you use an AI app. Okay, that is part of the synergy I want to share today. Okay, so when it comes to AI apps, Perplexity is the second best if you ask me. Number one is GPT. Okay, number one is ChatGPT. Okay, which is operated by or designed by OpenAI. Okay. Let me ask you all an interesting trivia, interesting question. Okay. Who owns OpenAI now? Or who is the major owner of OpenAI now? GPT. Anyone can tell me? Anyone have any clues? Can tell me? Microsoft. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. They've invested and bought, I think, majority stake in OpenAI now. Okay. And GPT-4. Okay. GPT-4, bukan GPT-3, not GPT 3.5, but GPT-4, the latest one. The new one is coming up soon, but GPT-4 itself, the investment was 100 billion. Okay, 100 billion. The next one is Perplexity. Why I say the next one after OpenAI is Perplexity? If anyone knows Perplexity, who invested or who is the majority shareholder or invested in Perplexity? Anyone can guess. Okay, this one many people don't know. The major shareholder of Perplexity is Amazon. Okay, why this is important to know? Some of you will be like, yeah, who cares? Whoever invests, I want to use only. You cannot say that because you are you are getting your future decided by an AI bot. Okay, an AI bot. The AI bot is deciding your future because some of the students out there, which is quite scary, they're relying 100% on what this AI tool is giving. So you should know who owns the AI tool, how much they're investing in the AI tool. For that, it can be reliable or not. Okay. So Amazon, by far, I think it's a couple of hundreds of billions worth market cap, hundreds of billions worth, hundreds of lah. I think almost 1 trillion already. Tapi belum lagi lah. I think Amazon belum lagi. So this is Perplexity backed by Amazon, Jeff Bezos. All right. Microsoft is already $1 trillion company. So OpenAI backed by Microsoft. So you can know by far, these people are the richest. Why is it important to be rich? Because AI requires a lot of investment. GPT-4 itself 100 billion. They need a lot of investment to be concrete, solid when they give out output. But yet, Perplexity is making a lot of mistakes. I just shown in a video. GPT-4 later, I'll show you what kind of mistakes it will make. Okay, so why am I saying this to you? When you go out to use chat PDF lah, PDF AI lah, Sci-Hub lah, SciSpace lah, Consensus lah, Elicit lah, Leadmap lah, these are all small baby companies. Okay, people out of their dorm room, their home or their office, they are creating this with very little investment. Okay, so when AI got very little investment, it becomes highly unreliable. Highly unreliable. So don't go and waste your money buying all the apps out there because people are suggesting buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, because they're suggesting all that because they have monetary benefit. Okay, but I am telling you, if you want to invest your money, just invest in GPT only. Because GPT by far the most advanced technology. Don't waste your money, go buy everything else in the market. No point. Even free also, don't use because I don't find it reliable. I've done a lot of experiments here and there, but I would rather stick with GPT, something more reliable. Okay, something more reliable. Like how you buy iPhone or Samsung phone versus a phone that is designed by people who you never even heard of. Some people are okay with it, but that is only phone. This is your life, your future. So you need to figure out where the tools are coming from. Then only you should use it. Okay, like how you survey when you're buying a car or house, you should survey the same level when you're using. I survey. That's why I know all this information. Okay, I hope that is clear. And I've shown you how Perplexity can make mistakes. Okay, so my advice to you, even such big company with so much of investment, running the whole world, Amazon, can make such mistakes. You should always reread back. If you ask AI tool to read for you, to summarize for you, I advise you to go and read back. Because if you build a problem statement with a fake information that is not really a problem, and if your examiner finds out, you don't want to be in the same room with your examiner on that day. Okay? Be very, your supervisor finds out, never mind. You're not in examination yet, but you don't want your reviewers, your defense committee, or your Viva examiners to find out. Okay, so be very careful. Okay, and next thing, when you read carefully and you have 100% confidence on what you're reading, then only you can find your necessary novelty. Please don't ask AI tool to find your novelty because Duffler is pre-trained with existing information only, not futuristic information. You have to understand that. Duffler can think very well of the present only, not future. Novelty is future. Always understand that very carefully. People talk very greatly about GPT that the flood can score. Okay, don't explain that later lah. Okay, just stay online for a while. Okay, I mean just stay with me for a while. I'll explain to you why I say that in terms of novelty. Thank you, Kwan. No problem. And my next item is not saying this negatively. Okay, not saying this negatively, but I would say don't depend on supervisor because when it comes to masters by research and PhD by research, it's already very much advanced adult education ready. Okay. Okay, this is an important question. You submit a thesis after 2 years and 6 months with 12 publications. That means roughly you produce one publication every, no, not like that. My first year, I only produced, let me pause that a bit. Let me answer this. My first year, I only submitted 1, 2, and 3. The most of it I submitted in my second year. Most of it I went in my second year. Then I think 1 or 2 left. I think 1 I submitted before my Viva. The rest all concentrated in second year, because once I already build my system, I measure results, I get results, I write very quickly. Well, that's why I'm a proofreader. I write very, very quickly. I practice myself to write. Okay, that is part of here also. I'll tell you why. Okay, so coming back to this, I hope I answered you. No, don't depend on supervisor, because you are on your own. The day that you realize that this is your journey and your journey alone, and supervisor is there like a street light. No, they shine light whenever they want, and whenever they think it's right, they'll shine light. That's all you get. But you are on your journey with your headlight. You have to rely on you and keep going. Supervisor helps, very good. Keep going. Supervisor never help, it's okay. Keep going. This is what I tell myself. This is the reality. Okay, this is the reality. The sooner you accept it, the easier your life will be. Okay, so keep that in mind. Next thing, focus on writing. Write and write. That's where you can practice. Okay, please don't ask AI to write for you, because most of the information the flow write might not be true. And secondly, turn it in, AI will pick it up. And then you have headache to go and paraphrase again. Use another paraphrase tool. Paraphrase tool also use AI technology. Turn it in, AI will pick up again. Then you paraphrase again. Then will go out of context. All this unnecessary. When you write, focus on writing on your own. Okay, just get idea and perception or purview only from AI tools. And your end product is thesis. So always read a lot of thesis. Always focus on reading thesis. Okay, just give me one quick moment. I need to reply to this one message. Okay, so read thesis. That is your end product. So aim on, look at how other people have done their end product. Okay, based on that, you can design yours. I'm not telling copy and paste, but at least you know what you're supposed to do. Okay, and publish. My friends, you need to publish not only for your requirement, but let's say you're under government scholarship, you already have a job in government or industry, then you come in to finish your PhD, then you just want to do minimum requirement, be my guest. Do your minimum requirement, publish 1 or 2 Scopus or UiTM requirement. If it's still ERA, then just, I would say go for Scopus lah. Sebab ERA got too many predatory journals, too many. Okay, I cannot even count how many. Even Scopus is good, but Scopus is definitely lesser predatory compared to ERA. So my advice to you, always aim at Scopus. If you can, aim at Web of Science. Okay, but publish. But if you're a new student, you're doing this to find a career in your lifetime, publish as many as you can. Okay, and when you are in trouble, don't be shy to ask for help, because you are drowning. When you're drowning, you better ask for help before it's too late. Okay, when I say ask for help, let's say example, your supervisor is a quali expert, but you're doing quanti. So there's nothing much a supervisor can advise. You find another professor in your own building or in your own faculty who knows a quanti very well. So go and approach the professor, ask them, how do you do it? They don't want to help, approach another one. They don't want to help, approach another one. It's okay. Ask for help. Sometimes you need quick help, okay, to give you a turbo boost, right? And if you read a paper, you don't understand certain part of the paper, you want to contact the authors, email them. Don't be shy. Email them and ask them. Okay? So these are 8 essential items that I followed very, very strictly during my time. Okay. Now coming to table of content. So when it comes to table of content, this one I've designed for quantitative study. I never had time to do quali, mixed method, quasi experimental or not yet. Soon will come. Okay, soon will come. But this is quantitative per se. Why is this important? Before you write your proposal, chapter 1 to 3, design your table of content. Why? This is your skeleton. Okay, you must design according to your topic, and then go and see your supervisor, explain to your supervisor what you intend to do. This way, you can reduce your corrections that you get from your supervisor. Corrections will still happen. That one you cannot avoid, but it can be reduced, right? Because if you write something that they don't know totally, and then you go and give it to them, then they will start restructuring according to what they want. But if you structure it way in advance, at least The structural part won't have so much of problem, and your supervisor will also be able to understand what you're trying to do. So on that matter, this template is very helpful on how you design the flow of your chapters, followed by thesis, add on these two as per requirement. Add on these two and you'll be okay. Do you have template table of content PhD as a series of papers or PhD by publication? Belum lagi. I don't have that. Okay, I don't have that. But my own PhD thesis follows that concept. Because my own PhD thesis is chapter 1, as usual, chapter 2, literature review. Chapter 3, 2 papers. Chapter 4, 2 papers. Chapter 5, 2 papers. 6, 2 papers. 7, 2 papers. 8, 2 papers. Chapter 9, conclusion. You can look for my thesis. It'll be online, okay? It's right behind that. So yeah, so I got 9 chapters in total. Okay, so that is table of content. So make sure you do this. How I practice with my supervisor. I'm telling you what I did during my time. I share my literal experience, and it helped a lot to reduce corrections. Because if you reduce correction, you save time. Then you can do other things. You can keep moving. If corrections takes a lot of your time, you cannot move. That's why you get stuck. You're like, how am I supposed to move now? That's why you get a lot of problem. Okay. Okay, now coming to literature, majority of the time you have issues in finding problem statement, in finding research gap, or finding solid content because you're not reading the right papers. Your literature sourcing mechanism is wrong. Okay, it's very, very wrong. So when it comes to these publishers here, which one of these you think that recently you should not, I won't say stop reading, but not really preferred anymore that you read the papers from this one particular publisher? Which one would you say? Okay. Anyone else? Yep, there you go. So everyone knows that. Okay. So this fellow here, that's why I still put the flag here. Okay. MDPI, no, Emerald is okay. Emerald is okay. So far, still okay. You cannot trust these people. They might go crazy sometimes, but yeah, so far, okay. Frontiers and Hindawi. These three became highly unreliable. Though I have 2 papers in MDPI, 1 paper in Frontiers. Not only our government, most of the uh, most of the governments already, in especially Asian countries. China already, definitely, and then China already, Indonesia already, Malaysia already, followed by a few other countries as well. Haven't gone to Middle East yet. Okay, MDPI Frontiers Hindawi. Sorry, my writing. We write again. Hindawi. Okay, Hindawi. All right. So these three. Let me ask you one question. Frontiers, Hindawi, MDPI. Why they became predatory? Why? What do you think could be the major reason? MDPI, Hindawi, Frontiers. Okay, so let me tell Afrana so that we can move quickly. Because some of the major reasons, of course, costly APC is okay. Because if you look at some Elsevier journal yang hybrid too, they charge more than, I think, 3,500 USD, 3,500 USD. Yes, most journals nowadays are already hybrid. If you want to pay open access, you can pay already, but most of them are still free. Most of them are still free. They can choose both options. This one is 100% open access. Okay, and they publish too fast. So when it becomes too fast, quality drop. So that all becomes a factor. That all becomes a factor as part of predatory. Okay, so open access is a major factor, but I won't blame all open access. Some open access are good. Okay, but most of them can be problematic. And then too fast to publish, which happens most of the time. These are all signal to you. And then these are all bad signals to you. And then when it's too fast, the quality won't be there, unfortunately. So they become predatory. Now, AI tools, do you know, majority of them can only access open access. Study, if you recall, in Perplexity, I opened the paper, right? It's open access. They can only read open access. Why? Okay, why? Let me tell you why. We got Elsevier, we got Taylor Francis, we got Wiley, we got IEEE, we got Emerald, we got Nature, we got PLOS, we got Sage, got many more, okay, many more other journals also. All of these journals, you can access only through UITM access or university access. When you go back home without the access, most of the journals you cannot read. Only some you can. Some if they already paid to become open access, or some you can find from ResearchGate, or some you illegally download from Sci-Hub. When you illegally download from Sci-Hub, be careful because Sci-Hub is a FBI watched website. Be very, very careful because they'll watch and track every movement whoever visits the website. That's why I stopped using Sci-Hub. Okay. Um, Correct or not? If you go back home, you cannot access most of the journals under this brand, and most of the journals anyway that are not open access. And you can only access them through UITM platform, which means 90% of the journals are not open access. They don't want to be open access unless you really pay for it. They don't want to be 100% open access unless specific journals like Elsevier Helion, okay, Sage Open, IEEE Access, PLOS One, scientific reports, SR lah, scientific report under Nature, Emerald got one or two lah, Taylor Francis got one or two, Wiley got one or two, but these are the famous one, Elsevier Helion. These are only one or two journals under thousands and thousands of journals they have. They become 100% open access. The rest are all free to publish. That means authors don't need to pay to publish. You don't need to pay actually. It's free for you, most of them. When it becomes free to publish, UITM and all other universities in the world, they pay these journals, okay, these journals, a subscription fee, okay, a subscription fee, which is very, very expensive. Because imagine you pay one paper, 2,000, 3,000 USD to publish. Imagine if university wants to read all their journals, because you pay 2,000, 3,000 USD means you make it open access. Anyone in the world can read. But now UITM is paying for you to all these journals so that you can read. So can you imagine how much they will pay? It will be in the millions. They pay a lot. Okay, as far as I know, they pay a lot. Okay, so therefore, this is what people don't tell you when it comes to AI tools. AI tools, you might think that you can get all the literature from AI tools. Why should I go through the difficulties to go to Google Scholar lah, to go to Scopus lah, Web of Science lah, or individual journal website lah to find for journal? Why should I do that? If I click one button, AI tool can give me the literature ready. Actually, no. Actually, AI tool cannot access subscription-based journals because it's too expensive. If they start paying for them, they cannot sell you at the price that they're selling, and they cannot even make it free also because it's very, very expensive. Okay, let me tell you how expensive. Elsevier's market cap, okay, that means their revenue, not market cap, their revenue is about 5 to 6 billion USD, billion, right? And even if AI tool can access, it's only through ResearchGate, or it will only access the abstract information. Is abstract information enough to do the full literature review? You can ask yourself. If you are relying on tools giving you answers with just from abstract, you are basically digging your own grave already, because a lot of essential content within the paper is not being analyzed and therefore not giving information. Is predicting information from abstract which only carries 2% or 3%, even less sometimes, from a full paper. Remember this very carefully. And AI-based paper reading is good, but can be flawed, which I've shown already from my TikTok example. So if only open access is being used by AI tools, that means you're missing out on 85% or 90% of the remaining literature left unexplored. So what happens if it left unexplored? What will happen? So what? I'll come to that. So what will happen? Okay, as a PhD researcher, or what do you call that, master's researcher or academicians, what will happen if you write a journal paper or you write a thesis or proposal with only open access journals? You never get to read the 90% of the problem out there, the 90% papers. Okay, when you go for examination, okay, you go for proposal defense or you go for Viva, how if the examiner comes up, because examiner is old school, they will still go back to Google Scholar. I still go back to Google Scholar because I don't trust this. Okay, I go back to Google Scholar. I will start reading all the 90% of the papers related to your topic. How if someone had already done exactly what you're doing? Because AI tool not reading the full content, so the flow also don't know. So how the flow already did exactly what you're doing, or 70% of what you're doing, or more advanced than what you're doing already? You don't know. Maybe you add four IVs and one mediator and one DV. Maybe the flow already the same four IVs, one mediator, and the flow put another serial mediation and then one DV. It's already more advanced than yours. How are you going to solve the problem? Are you going to tell that, oh, AI never showed me this paper? You cannot say that. Same goes to your general reviewers also. They will go and search for exact information. Anyone have done this before or not? This is where you can get stuck, right? Must be very, very, very careful. And people who teach about AI don't tell you this because one, they themselves never investigate this. They don't know about this. Secondly, there is monetization involved. So they don't really reveal all the disadvantages. Okay, so you must, what I'm saying is when you use AI tool, use, but use it with caution. The flow give you information, go and do your self-study. Go and search. Then you need to do the full study yourself. This is just assistant only. Don't use it as your full brain. That is where you'll get blown out of proportion. Okay, now coming to Mayudin, can you explain again why you should avoid Sci-Hub? Because Sci-Hub is an illegal website. The founder of Sci-Hub is actually sitting in Russia, cannot even leave Russia. Okay, because she is under Interpol listing. So if you're using a website that is founded by a person who is in the Interpol rate list, what do you think will happen? They are tracking the whole website. One day, if they really want to track all the people who are abusing all this copyright item, like Canva, if you guys read the recent news on Canva, people who buy the license Shopee, this license, that license, or third-party license, they use it, right? Illegally using Canva, right? They have listed down all the names and they have reported to, I think, WIPO. WIPO is like European Commission for that. That's now they're penetrating all the countries. Literally, the names, a lot of Malaysian names are there. So this will happen also. These people also will come up with it. It's just a matter of time only. So be very, very careful when you use all these illegal websites. And then Fazira, how reliable is citation from AI tools? I think I explained already. You're only going to get mostly open access, even if the 90% of other subscription-based journals, you're only going to get abstract level information. So you won't read the full paper unless you upload the full paper. But even if you read the full paper that you upload also, you still need to read back. You must make sure that you know what is going on inside the paper, even if the first summarized for you. Okay? Researchers still have to carry out manual literature search and reading. Okay, this goes without saying. You cannot escape that. Don't replace yourself 100% with AI. AI is just a PA for you, personal assistant. That is not really very smart, to be honest to you. The fly is just artificially intelligent. Only to a certain extent you can help. Why? Because our information is futuristic. We are finding new issue, new problem, new solution. Second, the fly cannot access majority of the documents out there because that's how academia is. Okay, I hope that is clear. Let's go to the next part. Now, chapter 1. This year's entire class is going to go based on chapter 1. This is our synergy. So I'm not going to go through this today, but I'm going to tell you that the remaining classes 3 and 4, we're going to cover from background to minor literature review and problem to solution. That's what we're going to cover mostly. So I'm not going to talk about this today. I'm just showing you that this will be what we'll be talking for the rest of the year this year. And in case if you want to learn, okay, in case if you want to learn already, then I would suggest go and watch my Facebook live classes. There are certain information I've already pre-shared. Okay, so you can go and watch it live if you want to. Now, however, I know most of you will be having a lot of problem with writing a problem statement. How many of you here having problem with writing a problem statement? Always getting bombarded, getting blasted back to kingdom comes. Okay, stress, distress, a lot of stress, depression because of problem statement, phobia. This is the reality. So what I did, okay, I don't, again, I'm not an advocate for AI. I use AI for certain purposes only because I still believe in my own intelligence. I just want the flow to make my life easier, but I still don't believe the flow. Okay, like you hire an assistant, you know this assistant is okay, but still decision you make. Intelligence you use. You just ask them to do your lazy stuff that you don't want to do. But literature review, writing problem statement, all this you cannot leave it to your assistant. You still need to do it. Okay, because this is your life, your future, at stake. Remember this very carefully, yeah. Remember this. So what I did, I came up with problem statement template. to help out all the students out there struggling to write their problem statement. We took from the thesis that we coached before, back in 2020, graduated, published all papers ready, so we can take it as an example, no problem. Environmental management PhD thesis. So from here, I break down into paragraph 1. I'll go through this very quickly. I will explain this very, very detailed in our third class. Okay. So I have broken down into 4 paragraphs, problem statement with 4 paragraphs. And this is a very good funnel technique. So what we do, step number 1, we reintroduce why you're doing the research. Okay. Oversize. Okay. Oversize. Okay. All right. So step number 1, reintroduce why you're doing the research. Okay. Why I do this? Because I want to connect back to the background. So there is a flow of funnel continuing. Then step number 2, why is it important to investigate the topic? Tell the issue. You need to market your idea. You need to tell why it's important. Otherwise, they'll tell you why you're doing it in the first place. This is where most of the students cannot convince their supervisors. And step number 3, what is wrong with the current process or situation? Need this to prove your case. So this is within the first paragraph. This example, I'll go through this in the next class, but you can read it if you want to. And you can download this from my Telegram group. You can download. Okay, then comes paragraph number 2. Okay, paragraph number 2. This is step number 4. First, regard to potential solution. Okay, that means you need to do more rigorous literature search. If you cannot find prior literature in this world that is so connected, that means I would only say that your literature search is not comprehensive. Okay, it's not comprehensive. You need to use the right Boolean, the right keywords. You need to go to the right platforms. Google Scholar, Web of Science, Scopus, and every other platform you have to go and search. All right, and you must search very rigorous. And the keywords must be very right. Okay, keep trying. If you still have trouble, you can PM me later. All right. Thanks, Sabrina. Thanks a lot. The steps in template really, really helpful. Thank you. So step number 4, now you introduce your first regard to potential solution. Paragraph number 2. Step number 5, minor literature review on existing solutions. Okay. Then from this literature review existing solution, you go to paragraph number 3. You talk about critically reviewing your exact limitation from this literature. You critically review and then you give the exact limitation. Then paragraph number 4, this is your close lah. Step number 7, solutions and underlying techniques. From here, you derive your RORQ. So from this, that's why I always tell students, your body, right? Your body is your thesis. It represents your entire thesis. Okay. If one leg goes away, I'm not telling you we should lah, okay? I'm not saying that. But in life, one leg goes away, you can live. There's a solution for that. One leg, one hand goes away, you can solve. Even body goes away with polio. Okay, you know polio patients, they're still living. That means the entire body won't function, but their brain, their head, everything will function. But the moment the brain goes away, okay, everything will fail. Okay, so your brain and your face and this entire structure of your head is your chapter 1. That is part of your, which is, your problem statement will be there, your RORQ. So the moment your head and your brain fails, your entire body will fail. That's why chapter 1 is very, very important. Okay. Then your literature review will be your body with your heart. Okay. So you cannot fail that also. But that will fail if this one fails. Okay, remember that very carefully. Then your chapter 3, your chapter 4, your leg, your chapter 5, another leg, all that is fine. Can be done. This and this, very, very, very important. Okay, always remember that. If your proposal defense, your comments, they say change RORQ problem statement, all structure you need to change. Same goes to your Viva also. And Farid, each paragraph must include citation, up to you. If you have literature, you should include. The moment you refer something, you should include. Okay? So you can download that in my Telegram group, don't forget. And now coming to planning for proposal and thesis development. This is our 12 steps PhD and master's consulting framework. This is what I use to consult and coach students. Even proofread, paraphrase, when to publish paper, everything is here. Okay, this is like a master diagram that will tell you what you need to do. Okay, so from here, I've already inserted for the first time, after a very long time, I'm sharing time planning. Okay, you can see every step's got time planning here. So if is I cannot zoom in now because I need to show this also. So first step is always in your PhD or masters, you need to write 10 pages proposal. Always, always, always write 10 pages proposal. Why? Because only then you can tell your supervisor your introduction, your problem statement, your RORQ, your theory or your fundamentals, your conceptual framework, or your whatever you want to do in terms of solution, experimental system, your method, everything in 10 pages, very briefly. Okay, this will open doors. Okay, how you will do your chapters 1 to 3. If your supervisor don't agree here, at least it's very early stage, you can redo very fast. But if you skip this stage, you go straight to chapter 1 to 3, and if supervisor don't agree, you have to scrap almost up to 80 to 100 pages. You have to scrap. You don't want to do that. That's where you fail to graduate on time or even graduate as early as 4 years. That's where their time will drag because you never strategize carefully. So always do step number 1 first, get approval, or they ask to expand, that means they're interested. Then you go to chapter 1 to 3. So between these two, you take about 4 months, I would say lah. Typically, I would say within first semester or so, you can finish this already if you really optimize your time. Don't worry, you can also push to second semester. It's fine. I'm giving you optimum timing, how we'll normally time for our coaching students. Okay. Then goes to proofreading. Okay. When you go to proofreading, not necessarily you have to hire us. You can hire anyone you want in this work. Okay. Or you can hire tools. Okay. My advice to you, don't proofread with GPT. Don't proofread with Google Bard. Don't proofread with any AI tools. Only proofread with Grammarly. Anyone tells to you, InstaText very good, Edit GPT very good, this tool very good, that tool very good. They're just selling. Okay, I'm not selling, so I can tell you, Grammarly is by far the best software, sufficient enough to do basic grammar correction. That's it, enough. Because you know why? If you take anything further, if you upload into ChatGPT to proofread, if you upload into Perplexity to proofread, if you use Edit GPT to proofread, you use Quillbot to proofread, all of this Turnitin AI will pick up. The moment it says AI, Turnitin AI will pick up. Simple, full stop. And you don't know how much this software understands context and how much it will change context. Okay. Resource-based vision. Okay, resource-based view theory. I've seen some of these apps, they rewrite resource-based vision. How can that happen? Resource-based view is a theory. You cannot change the term. It becomes resource-based vision. Quillbot is a very good example of that. Changes context all the time. Turnitin AI will pick up 100%. You can watch my video on TikTok. I've done it already. Okay, experimented already with Turnitin AI. It'll still pick up. Okay, Grammarly also. Grammarly Premium is fair enough. Okay, but when you use Grammarly Premium, there is one problem there. Okay, Grammarly Premium, when you run, the flow give you suggestion at the side, right? The flow will tell, change this grammar, change this vocab, change this add the, and so on, right? But at certain point, the flow will give you full sentence suggestion. Remember, the flow will give you full sentence suggestion, right? Don't take that. That is AI. The moment you take the full sentence suggestion, your Turnitin AI will go up. Since November last year, it's happening. Okay, I can tell you exactly the timeline. Because before that, never had that problem. But since November, because Turnitin AI ni again, they update. They keep updating. Okay, so from April last year, they launched. They started detecting GPT, then Perplexity, then everything else. Then November last year, they started detecting Grammarly AI. Okay, Grammarly AI. So Grammarly AI, when you see the first suggest sentence, don't accept it. The first give the basic grammar check, and that is okay. That is not AI. That is just grammar check only. So you need to decide how you want to run your life. Okay, Quillbot is cheap because it's horrible. I can tell you that it's cheap because it's horrible. I've seen students failing their thesis because of Quillbot. Be very, very careful. Sometimes you won't even know where it's going out of context, right? Grammarly, fair enough lah. Okay, all right. Or alternatively, you can seek for a proofreader. Up to you. Okay, but my advice to you, make sure you proofread so that you give a concrete and credible proposal when you go for PD. You don't want your examiners to read a writing that is so disruptful. You don't want that because that will make your defense very tough. Okay. Yeah, Quillbot is an AI tool. The moment you see AI, anywhere you see AI again, Turnitin AI will pick up. Simple. But Quillbot ni is not very smart AI. Quillbot is just a spin tool with a bit very small element of AI. So the first spin, your context will start changing. Eventually change, and it will be something else already lah. Okay. Yes, Fazira, that's right. Okay. Then from there, you got two parts here, diverging. Okay, two parts. One, you go for your defense. Make sure you go for that. That's very important. Prepare your slides. Go for mock defense. Make sure your slide got certain. When we coach, we will coach like this is how you design your slides. Okay, 70%, 60% all diagrams, and then maybe 30% only words. Okay, so that's one thing. Then start your publication process early, very early. Okay, as soon as you finish chapter 1 to 3, start writing a systematic review, conceptual review. Make sure you do that because it takes at least 6 months to 1 year or 1 year plus to publish a decent Scopus journal that is not credited. So you need to plan early. Sometimes it can be more than that. So you don't want to go towards graduation and then start without publication. Okay, so plan early. This is our planning. Then PD, these are all timeline here. You can look at it later when I share the slides. Then here, 1 month for defense correction. Okay, for defense correction. So defense correction here, depends on the corrections that you get. But typically, when we coach, it's about 1 month more than enough. Okay, all right. So that's done. Then going to thesis part. Okay, before I go this, let me answer questions here. So Grammarly or Grammarly AI, okay, is Quillbot also affect plagiarism yet? Definitely. Roslinda, I agree with you. I've tried paraphrasing and grammar correction by Quillbot. It was horrible as it changed my context entirely. Absolutely true. Kalau you orang guna Quillbot and belum lagi realize that, it's actually changing context, that means you are not understanding the English yet. Okay, that means you don't understand technical terms yet. Be very careful. I can guarantee it is changing context. We have done, and I've stopped. I stopped everyone using Quillbot. I just tell them don't waste your money. Okay, uh, like I said, stick with Grammarly. Okay, so I go back to the same context of the backing of OpenAI, ChatGPT dengan Perplexity because they are very well funded, so technology can grow very fast, very efficient. Grammarly also from Silicon Valley, well funded by VCs there, so they are very big company and been around for many years, so they are very good. Okay, I won't go for just because cheaper option. I won't go for InstaText and anything else because why? This is your writing. When you use tools that are reliable, you are your writing. When you risk your writing, you are sending to your examiners a very poorly written document. Then you go to defense, they will pour kerosene on you, they'll burn you alive. Then you'll have to struggle all that. Okay, so be careful. I use paraphrase typeset.io. Is it good? I have never used and I will encourage not to use. Okay, paraphrasing, if can, please do on your own. Because the moment you use spin text is basically bot writing. Okay, bot writes for you. The moment bot writing comes in, bot means computer lah. Okay, robot writing. Robot writing have a specific pattern. Anyone can, you read also, already this one is bot writing. Turnitin AI will pick up. That's how Turnitin AI traces. Turnitin AI traces all the bot writing. Okay, don't. Okay, don't. If you can, don't. First context, second Turnitin AI. Okay, then comes step number 7. Data collection, that is your side to do depending how long you take, but data analysis chapter 4 and 5 around 3 months is good enough. So we normally focus on SPSS, Smart PLS, Amos, NVivo, MATLAB, NCS, Stata, eViews, and so on and so forth lah. Then integration of all chapters takes around 1 month. Here you want to publish more, you can write more here. This is where you write your empirical papers and your meta-analysis paper. See, a lot of people wait until this point to write paper. From here to your Viva is very close. So it's too late for you to publish. That's why you need to start very early, your review papers. Okay? So that is the time taken there roughly for empirical papers. And then 1.5 months, this one, please hire a human to proofread. Whoever you want to hire, make sure you hire a good one who knows how to proofread properly, not proofread worse than Grammarly. Okay, but this one going to external examiner, your thesis is your final product. Okay, it shows you the kind of work that they have done. So make sure it goes out with very, very good English, well explained the entire idea. Okay, flows very well your whole idea. Like storybook. How, when you read storybook, you like to read. Same thing. Okay, because reading is very boring. You need to, don't make it worse. Right? And then step number 11, prepare for your Viva, do mock Viva, prepare yourself. It's very, very important to have self-confidence. You need to do more mock Viva, more attempts. And then goes your Viva somewhere here, this whole stretch, and then your Viva correction, which takes about, if you do it well, it's about 1 month. Sometimes it can go up to 6 months or so. Okay, so how do we normally assist students and academicians, when it comes to publication? We go on coaching mode, okay, comprehensive, which includes, we will guide through, we will provide certain literature, what we read is relevant for you, and then we also will review after you finish writing. And then consulting mode goes on full content editing for special cases only. Okay, so that's what we do. Now let's go to AI tools and GPT-4. Okay. Now this is a very, very interesting segment. If you have any questions to ask, please ask now, because you're going to take a very quick 5 minutes break. 5 minutes up, but we're going to call it very quick 5 minutes. And then we're going to come back and write this through. These are interesting parts to go through. Any proposed timeline for part-timers? See, this is the painful part, Fazira. In Malaysia or PhD, I would say, to be fair, in anywhere in the world, there is no really timeline for part-time. Because if you really say part-time, then you should go 6 years PhD. Because times 2 lah, because you got part of the time only one, by right lah, logically. But there is no such thing. You still have the first 3 years only. So that's where working adults have to sacrifice twice more. Okay, all right. So let's come back after 5 minutes. If you have any questions, please type it down. I'll come back and answer, okay? So we have one question up there, I think, from Malati. Viva session, what are familiar questions? We'll be going through that almost towards the end. So stay until the end. Okay, anything else? Okay, I think that's all. So again, coming back to all the AI apps. So what we are doing now is, rather than doing research, we are going around all these AI tools, figuring out which one will be the most suitable for us. Because one person says few combination of other tools. One other person say, go and use this tool. Another person say, go and use this tool. So, end up what is happening. Students are spending a lot of time researching to know what is the best tool for them to use. And then trial and error, they go to the next tool. Trial and error, they go to the next tool. Or they don't even trial and error, they're using the wrong tool. So don't waste your time figuring out what is the best tool to use here. Okay? Don't need to waste your time. I tell you now itself, the best one out there, so far you can rely, I would say, is only ChatGPT. GPT-4 actually quite good. Okay? Next to it, Perplexity is okay. I wouldn't say great, okay. But even ChatGPT is making a lot of mistakes, so you must be very, very careful. So don't need to spend your time wondering which one to use. No need. Okay, stick with the best one out there. Okay, then in terms of language, I would also say stick with Grammarly. These are well proven tools. Let me ask you why. Let me tell you why. You go out there and then you do plagiarism detection. I believe most of you, not most of you, some of you might have go and search for plagiarism detection here and there because you cannot access Turnitin. Some of them cannot access Turnitin. But let me ask you, why all universities are sticking with Turnitin? Why? Because it's the most reliable and the most well-technological company out there. That's why they don't buy anything else. All the universities, basically, they use Turnitin only. On the similar note, you can rely on ChatGPT and Grammarly. Don't waste your time figuring out again and again, what to use. Rather spend that time doing your research. Okay. So that's why I shown you, these are only some of it. There are more coming every day. Okay. To use ChatGPT to get rough idea, Elicit and Jenny to find the paper. Actually, ChatGPT itself can find you papers already to a certain extent. Elicit and Jenny, open access mostly. Some of it, they give you papers, but they only give based on the abstract information because they cannot access the full paper. So it's still more or less same like ChatGPT. But if you want to use, no problem, go ahead. But if you ask me to find paper, still stick with Google Scholar. and Scopus and Web of Science databases. Don't rely on AI tool to search for papers. Please don't. If you ask me, still go back to Google Scholar. That is the most comprehensive database. Okay, most comprehensive. Okay, now let's go to how AI works. Now answer you the questions. Why, when you click AI, Grammarly AI or Quillbot or any sentence spinner or ChatGPT or anything like, why can Turnitin AI pick up all of it? Because in this world, unfortunately, there is only one network or one model for AI tools. The brain, the brain when they design, the brain only functions with transformer network. The same topology. All the AI tools, same topology. That's why Perplexity makes mistake, Gen AI makes mistake, ChatGPT also makes mistake. That's why all of these tools cannot access subscription-based journals. That means 90% of journal they cannot access. Okay, all same problem. So how does AI tool works? This one is called transformer network. You can read about it. You might think this is not important for me. Why I care? I just want to use only. No, don't say like that. Don't think like that. That is wrong way of thinking. Intellectual people must understand what you're using. Okay, because you're using it for your thesis. Your thesis currently is your future or your journal also lah. So you must know how the origin works. Very important historical things lah. So this is the input layer. This is the hidden layers. This is where all the information is being trained. Okay, all the information will be stored here. So AI, they have a database, a data center. They will store all the information and train based on the information. They'll train, and train. So when they train, they will jumble up all the information together. That's why sometimes you find wrong information or information not really true. The first just chantum, combine. The first give you one information, vomit one information out. If you don't do further investigation, you won't realize that this information is actually not true. So that is what happens. So let's say you put in a query, write me a problem statement for AI integration in business segment, example lah. So the flow go, AI integration word is here, business word is here, PhD word is here. So the flow chantum. The information might not even be relevant, but the flow just combine. Why? Because the flow doesn't understand the context. It only understands the query. The flow got a set of answers. The flow will predict, combine. The flow give you out predictive output. Always remember this, predictive output. So all the hidden layers here are pre-trained with data from every possible source except for copyright limited. So therefore, you cannot, not only this, Jenny AI, elicit all the same. You cannot get information from the full length paper. Elsevier, Taylor Francis, yang you kena bayar to read. That subscription from UITM that you cannot read outside for free, those is copyright limited, so they don't get the full information. They only get the abstract information only. Okay, that means the full framework, the full solution is unknown. Only to a certain extent will reveal in the abstract. Then ChatGPT or any AI is only predicting one of the possible outcomes. With the transformer topology, it has to be pre-trained with available data. That's why for law exam and bachelors, they come up with the answers from the books, nothing new. Okay, you are just redoing for your own understanding. So once you are trained, you get bachelor degree. You get to know the law book, you answer the law questions, you get law degree. That is bachelor's or diploma. Existing books, existing question, existing answer. So they can pre-train with the answers already. So you get quite precise answer. Ours become wrong to a certain extent because for research, master's or PhD, no one knows what is going to happen. No one knows what's the problem. No one knows what you are writing the book. Your thesis is the book to the next available problem. You are writing the book. Always remember that. So this flood doesn't have all the answers that you want because the flood don't have the answer. There is no answer yet in the world. Okay, always remember this. So that answers the overall hypothesis of AI for thesis. You need to understand this before you start using it so that you always have in mind, you're always alert that is this correct? Is this really true? Like that. Okay. So now let's go ChatGPT hands-on. Now the interesting part comes in. Okay, so GPT-4 you have to pay. It's not free, unfortunately. GPT 3.5 is free, but it's not really as robust as GPT-4. Okay, GPT-4. So here you have to understand this all comes prompting. Prompting means it's like you are discussing with a baby. With a baby on what you want, you must get to the baby's core to get the answer that you want. Okay, so don't go to an AI center, just say, write problem statement for me in business management. Don't go like that. Because the first focus in various areas. You must make the first focus into your own academia area. So what I do first thing when I go to prompting, I always ask the to suggest quartile one journal for management with highest impact factor. This can be anything. This is like the broad funnel, the broad thing that you talk about. Let's say you want problem statement in medical sciences. So you're going to ask, what do you think about the latest issues of medical sciences? And then the flow will tell. Then from there, you narrow down. Then you can tell, okay, how about in research space? What is going on? Then that is how you can go. Okay, that is how you funnel through. We call that funnel prompting. Okay, so here I asked them to suggest quartile one journal for management with highest impact factor because literature journal is the biggest thing. So I get the first focus there first. Management, journal, quartile. So all academia. So if I come focus there already. So therefore give me the answer. The Journal of Academy of Management Annals has an impact factor of 15.63 and is classified as a Q1 journal. Okay, this information is 50% true, 50% false. Let me show you why. So Academy of Management Annals is a Q1 journal. Okay, so if I go to Journal Citation Reports by Clarivate, Web of Science, Academy of Management Annals is Q1. It's listed here. You can see quartile 1, Q1. But the impact factor here is stated 15.633. It's not actually 15.633. It is 21.2 as of 2022. 2023 number is not here yet. It will come out soon. But 2022 is 21.2. So this is wrong. So then why is it wrong? Can anyone tell why is it wrong very quickly? Or where they get this information from? No update based from historic data. Maybe it's not updated. Open access randomly. GPT old data maybe only craft the number open access journal. The answer is both old data and only, no, not exactly old data. The answer is from open access only. Okay, because Web of Science Journal Citation Report, if you guys remember, if you ever have visited, you need subscription. You need to pay. University needs to pay, or you individually need to pay. Then only you can access. Okay, and so therefore there is a firewall blocking GPT from accessing all this information. So what GPT does? GPT goes to open source. So this is open source, right? simagojr.com. This is a third-party website that is not Scopus. This is not Scopus. Therefore, just come up with their own numbers. Okay, they just give you the ranking on it. This is not reliable website. Simago Journal and Country Rank. You still need to go back to scopus.com, but it's very much related to Scopus old data. Okay, so if we scroll down here, that's why you see it's a lot of advertisement. This is third-party, some kind of website. Okay, I won't rely on it 100%, but you can see a Q1. I took the information from here. And then you can see here, Simago Journal Ranking. Simago Journal Ranking. It's 15.633. It is the latest data. Okay, it is the latest data, but this data is not even relevant. Simago Journal Ranking, no one cares in this world. Do you care about Simago Journal Ranking? No, you don't. It is not even relevant. It's not even site score. Scopus uses site score, not Simago Journal Ranking. Okay, this is their own made up number. Okay, I don't know why. I honestly don't know. So now, what have you learned from this? First, any AI tools cannot access subscription-based information. Okay, first thing. So what it does, it makes up the information. Not makes up the number. Sometimes it makes up the number, but this time the flow made up the information because that flow don't know what is impact factor. The flow doesn't understand what is impact factor. So like I said, remember when I went back to the topology, the flow just predict this, the flow just warm it up. Maybe one of the sentence the flow recorded from some website would have said impact factor of 20 or impact factor of certain journal is under Web of Science, and then the Simago journal ranking is 15.633, maybe. But the one that will say impact factor is in the line, right? 15.633 is in the line, right? They will take the information, give it to you. If you don't investigate, you might think, yes, the impact factor is 15.633. But when you investigate, you know it's fake information. This can also happen when you ask the fellow to do literature review. Okay, which I shown just now, the problem with perplexity. Okay, so you need to be very, very careful because it doesn't understand the actual information. It is not as smart as you think it is, like how people are selling it. It is not. For me, it is just a source that smart enough to combine data that you might or might not think that might or might not be true. Okay. Then next thing, okay, now I already get the first focus to academia journals. From there, I tell, can you suggest a good research topic in the area of management for PhD research? Okay. Why? Because I already focused the flow to academia space now. Now that I asked the flow to give good research topic. This one is good. If you see my keyword, I say management here. And then I continued management here. But now I go to PhD research. So I go step by step. So the flow give me all these topics, which is fantastic if you ask me. Now, you ask me, when can I use AI for? This is very good application. This is personal assistance because you have no time to go and, or you don't have, or you might waste a lot of time reading too many papers that sometimes won't be useful, and that you don't get the topic that you want. Okay, that happens. So what you can do now, you can use for this purpose. So the flow give you already summary of the areas you can focus on in terms of research. Okay. So, but however, you must always remember, we are driven and governed by citations. You cannot escape citations. So when you go down, I ask the flow, where do you find these ideas? And the research topic ideas provided from a combination of my training data, which includes a wide range of academic sources, industry publications, and contemporary discussion. Contemporary discussions cannot be made into a PhD research. Very tough. Okay, you cannot make a YouTube video into a PhD research. That would be very, very highly unlikely. Then industry publication, we don't know whether reliable or not reliable. Okay, then you have academic sources. Okay, academic sources, we want to know what kind of academic sources. So you need to really, really understand this. And the sources are up to April 2023 only. Okay. So now the flow doesn't want to give. So then I still won't give up. I'll still ask, okay, now what you do, provide all the sources of your training related to these ideas. Of your training related to these ideas. So this is the training, obviously training data, right? So I connect back to the keyword. Okay, you must treat the flow like baby. So I connect back to the first training. Then the flow say, I don't have access to my training data, a list of sources that were used to train me. You know why the flow don't want to give or not? Because people start suing already. When you do in Jenny AI is not a very big company. The flow can close tomorrow and go already. We don't even know who's the owner, who's the founder, and so on. So when the flow gives you literature, predictive literature information, just from abstract, you cannot penalize the flow. It's not a big company. You'll run away tomorrow. You are the one become the victim end of the day. Same goes to Elicit, same goes to Consensus. But OpenAI is a huge company. The flow knows that the flow gives you the exact literature, it might be wrong. So that's why the flow don't want to give you the exact. Last time we used to give 3.5 GPT, GPT-3, the flow used to give, but now the flow don't give anymore. Okay, the flow is very, very worried to give you. Okay, because the flow know reliability issue. Correct, Fazila, reliability issue. So what you must do, you must dig in further. So I say, how about some related literature? So now I ask the flow, related literature. That's the keyword. So you cannot penalize the flow. See, Jenny AI, all that they don't care. They just throw me as long as you're happy. So it's up to you to find out whether it's reliable or not. But here the flow is a bit more careful. When you say related, then you already declare related. So even the flow gives you it's wrong, you cannot say anything because you already used the keyword related. Then the flow gives you, okay, this topic, go and look at these journals. This topic, go and look at these journals, right? So you have a list of journals now. Okay, fine. I'll investigate this, but I'll show you how I investigate later. Now, from all this information, I asked the flow. So I already now focus the flow to a very specific area already. Very specific topic already. So now I tell the floor, based on the suggested literature above, can you write a statement for artificial intelligence in business operations for PhD thesis? You will give me a lot of topic up there, right? So I want this particular topic, problem statement. Okay, now the floor give me a problem statement, blah, 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 blah. Then I tell the floor, provide all relevant literature. See, again, my keyword, relevant literature to all the arguments above. So the floor will give me, because I say relevant, not exact. Those are the keywords you have to use to get certain information out. So the floor say, okay, for this particular theme, optimal integration strategies of AI, you can look at Journal of Business Research or Information Systems Research that detail successful AI integration in businesses. Okay, so from this now, I want to investigate whether it's reliable or not. So I look at this one definitely relevant, but this one is not so relevant. Why? Because this is a computer science journal. It's about computer science research. It's not really business research. So now I go and do my investigation. So I go to Elsevier because this is Elsevier journal. Journal of Business Research. It's an Elsevier journal. Okay. So you go to Science Direct. I put Journal of Business Research and then I search AI integration in businesses. So the floor give me some papers AI employee collaboration business performance, how AI capabilities enable business model, AI enable business model, interlinking organizational resources. Okay fine. So from here, I'll start doing my research ready. Okay. But again, remember, this is only Science Direct. That's why I always say, go back to Google Scholar. Okay, you can take the keyword and go back to Google Scholar. So from here, you search. Or you go to Google Scholar and search. You get more resources. You get all the resources. You don't miss out on any essential information. Now, the second suggestion is information systems research, which is published by Informs Pubs online. So I go here, I search under a same key phrase, all AI integration in businesses. Okay. But when I go and look at the papers, none of it are relevant to AI integration in business whatsoever. So again, 50% true, 50% false. Why? Because this is not an open access journal. There is no open access ability. While you look at this, some of them are open access. The authors paid $3,600 they paid to make it open access. But most of it are not open access because not many can pay $3,600. So that's why the FLA give this team and give you one of the journal that the FLA can access some papers, and one more the FLA just throw at you only. You go and see, nothing is relevant. That's the level of integrity in the information that you have to maintain. You have to go and really search, is this true or not? You need to investigate. After your PA gives you the information, you need to read whether this is correct or not. No, then you need to redo yourself. Like, go back to the flood because the flood limited already. It is not like human. Human, you can go and squeeze. This one, you cannot squeeze so much. Okay. So, Fazira, Farhana, this proves what I heard about GPT. Yes, that's correct. In the end, not only GPT, all are same because they all need to train. At least GPT is being honest, telling you until April 2023. If you look at consensus, Elicit, Jenny AI, the flow won't tell you how old is the information. You don't know. Okay, when the last training was happened. As far as I know, you don't know. This at least tells you. Okay. Then through AI, we may ask for ideas, but still require own intelligence to dig into it, improve it, and convince the reader. Artificial always be, yes, correct. Human intelligence always the real, and great intelligence like Dr. Thava. Every one of us are intelligent, otherwise we won't be doing this. Okay, just that I go one step further to make sure that the information is valid because I'm very, very afraid of fake information. I cannot go to PhD Viva or PhD proposal defense or submit a journal with fake information. Cannot. Any AI tool also say. So be very, very careful. So that comes back to our summary. Case study, not only ChatGPT, you can conclude it overall, okay, because they all use the same transformer network. In this world, AI, in all these years, there is no any other network, only transformer network that uses artificial neural networks. So they all work the same and they need to be trained. Remember this very carefully. No matter however else people spin the story, it is the very truth. Okay, same like how our brain. There is certain limitation, that is the limitation. So, pros, you can access information quickly. It can be your PA, personal assistant, only. Good to have an initial idea, or good to have some literature sources. Good to have some basic writing, but don't use it at face value. Can be used to understand the overall perspectives. Cons, limited to accessible documents only. Very old sources, because it depends on training. Unreliable, Turnitin AI can capture everything. No access to Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed, ABDC. I've proven this already. Okay. Now, next important segment comes down to the most painful segment. Let's keep academic integrity aside. Your policing, Turnitin is your police now. And Turnitin AI is very, very powerful. This is the latest experiment I've done using the main components: ChatGPT, Perplexity, Genie AI. Okay, I'm not talking about Genie AI without testing it. I've tested LEC, Genie AI, all of it. Okay, that's why I just stick with ChatGPT. This problem statement, same thing I asked the flow to generate here, here, and here, same content. Okay, and I scan all three contents with Turnitin AI. Okay, now, first problem with Turnitin. We think, some of us think, this is Turnitin and Turnitin AI. In natural fact, it is not. This is the normal Turnitin that we've been using for many, many years, since 1997, 1998. Okay, it just scans World Wide Web for similar documents. Don't have, then the percentage will go down. Done. Now, nowadays, this one, not really very important, really. Not really. So this one, you and your instructor, both your student account also can see, your instructor account definitely can see, your library can see. Now comes the tricky part. Some of you might be wondering why you cannot see this Turnitin AI. Because Turnitin AI is made it such a way that only your instructor and library can see. Your student account cannot see. Remember this, cannot see. Only instructor and library can see. So you cannot scan, paraphrase, cannot. Very tough. We can access that because you got instructor account, but as a normal student, you cannot access this. Okay, so this is GPT-4 outcome, same 100%, Perplexity outcome, same 100%, Genie AI, same 100%. Because they all use what? The same transformer network. That's why I say you need to understand the basic fundamental first. Then you'll understand why it's traceable. Okay, now there is saying goes in TikTok, in many social media websites, they say, oh, you can use undetectable AI. You can use Quillbot. All used and done already. Go to my TikTok. I've shared videos on it. I've shown live experiment. Premium account cannot be because they all use some form of bot writing. When it comes to bot writing, the bots can be detected because bots all think the same way. Okay, I hope that is clear to all of you. Now let's go to, okay, coming to this. Now you might be thinking, okay, now I got this limitation. How do I solve it? Okay, the Turnitin can trace if they paraphrase it first. If they paraphrase it on their own, then okay. Okay, then okay. If they paraphrase using another tool, cannot. Definitely cannot. 100% cannot. Okay, so from this, how to help you. So you can have PA, okay, your AI, then you have you, and you have in between my templates. Whichever I can design, you can use it. Okay, use it to go to the next level. So you can combine all these tools to help yourself. Critical literature review template, literature review summary template, how to summarize a paper. So this forces you to read the whole paper. That's my whole intention. Read the whole paper. Okay, no shortcuts when it comes to reading paper. And then literature matrix, end of the day. This is what you want. Okay, now coming to almost the final segment. Okay, I think another 5 more minutes will be done already. So please stay tuned. Then the attendance will be shared. So coming to, after all this writing, coming to the final bit of proofreading. Stick to Grammarly or stick to human being. From our side, we always provide professional proofreading certificate, doesn't matter journal, thesis or not. Especially journal, make sure you provide the proofreading certificate. Very, very crucial to have this. Okay, and how your document must be after proofreading. What you should expect when proofreading or paraphrasing done, how it should be to beat whatever you want to beat, whatever Turnitin you want to beat, or whatever rephrasing, restructuring of sentences you want to do. This is what you should expect. End of the day, this is what we do. This is a simple example of Dr. Sharifa's thesis, who graduated without correction last year from medical faculty. Her study was on breast chemotherapy, medical sciences. So this is what we do to the writing. We coach her thesis since 2019. Okay. And that was the examiner's feedback. Okay. After reading what we have done, the thesis is largely well written with no stylistic concern. I can see the table of compilation of the journals. Yeah, this one. This is literature matrix. We have this template in my Telegram group. You can go and have a look. Okay, and you can add more factors if you want to. Okay, no problem, no worries. So that is what you should expect if you hire a human being. That is what they should do. If they do lesser than what the remedy will do, don't waste your money. That's all I will say. Okay, and for all graduate schools, RMCs that we work with, we offer ultimate thesis package, more than 100 pages, up to 30% off, proofreading, translation, formatting services, and with that, you get lifetime language warranty. Okay, that means the warranty for your language, whatever we proofread and paraphrase, whether journal or thesis or proposal, it has a warranty. So if there's any issue in terms of language, we will recorrect back, provided you don't make any changes lah. Boleh kongsi semula link Telegram. Okay. I already tagged for you guys, Miss Nadia also. You can go to this link. From there, you can join Telegram. Okay. I dah tag dekat bawah. Okay, Telegram you boleh nampak sini. Here, this part. So, I tag here already. Okay. So you can click that and then you can go on with that. Okay, now let's go to 25 steps to defend your thesis, proposal defense or viva. Okay, these are the common questions that we have collected over the years, okay, that we have coached more than 36 over 1,000 theses already, proposal thesis, journals, and so on. So these are the normal questions that you get during proposal defense and viva. Okay, common ones are not the technical ones. These are the common ones that we have generalized already. So question number one, in few sentences, can you tell us what your study is all about? Question number two, what is your motivation for this study? Why these two questions? This one will show how well versed you are of your topic. This one very important for you to explain properly. Question number three, how will this study contribute to the body of knowledge? Very, very common question, this one. What is the significance of the study? Did you bridge any gap from your study? What limitations did you encounter? What are your findings? If you realize these kind of questions, you cannot read from the slides. You need to be trained. You should know your material very well. Then you can answer all this. So question number 8, what methods or sampling technique did you employ? Don't say I employ random sampling technique because my supervisor said so. You must be able to explain why. Okay? Why choose this method? Don't say my supervisor said so. My supervisor is good in quantity, so I do quantity. No such thing. You must literature-wise, you must be able to prove why you choose this method. Number 10, based on your findings, what are your recommendations? Number 11, based on your findings, what areas will you suggest for future research? This one you can answer. Future research is already there in your thesis. Next one, how can your research study to be put into practice? How would you realize your research? How would you summarize your study to a practitioner in a few sentences? That means industry-wise, if you want to apply organization or whatever, how do you apply it? Okay. How would you summarize a study to a practitioner in a few sentences? What would you change if you had to conduct the study again? You should answer, I will never ever do PhD again. Enough. Okay, all right? Don't answer like that, just kidding. What is your measurement instrument? That means these questions, they will break down. Where you adopt, why you adopt, why you adapt, why you never design your own, why you choose this, why you choose that. They'll further go down the path. What are your research variables? Also same, they'll say, why this one, why not that variable, why not this variable, why never consider that, You must be able to answer. I'm not scaring you, but this is the reality. That's why literature review shouldn't be done only on your topic. You must do the relevant topics also. Okay, all right? One moment. Okay. Number 17. What do you plan to do with your research project after graduation? What are your research questions and why do you need it? What source of data was employed for the study? What theories or theoretical framework is your study based on? Okay, what theories or theoretical framework? That means they'll say, why you choose resource-based view? Why you choose theory of plain behavior? Why not why you choose TPB1? Why not TPB2, TPB3, TPB4? They'll ask you all these questions. So be prepared. How would you relate your findings to existing theories on the study? What recommendations do you have for future research? What is the scope of the study? What questions do you have for the committee? Do you have any closing comments? Okay, this is typical 25 questions that you may most definitely get. Okay, unless the examiner is a bit slow, laid back, then okay. But usually they're quite aggressive. Okay, all right. So for today's class, I'm going to give you a very, very, very important thesis that I came across in my life. This is one of my consultee, very, very long ago from UMK, University of Malaysia, Kelantan. He's a postdoc in UMK now. He graduated in 2 years and 7 months. He agreed to give because he already published 17 papers on the thesis. No more publication ready. So 12 or 11 Web of Science journals. So who wants a sample of this thesis? Might not be relevant to your topic, but might be helpful in terms of how you structure your thesis. So at least you can have an idea. Okay. So I can see only 4 raised hands. So the rest don't want. Okay. All right. Okay. Definitely I'll share. No worries. Excuse me. So for those who are stuck, okay, in your life, in your PhD, in your masters, don't worry. We provide coaching and consultancy in various aspects. Okay, award-winning PhD, PhD with zero correction, and so on. So we normally focus on PhD proposal consultancy, Scopus Web of Science publications, defense preparations, proposal defense, examiner response, all on coaching space. Data analysis and interpretation, various software. Thesis to journal conversion, very important at the very, very early stage. Viva preparation, thesis examiner response. Okay, now before you guys go, very, very important, fill up the form, don't go yet. And for those who haven't joined UITM WhatsApp group, I believe some of you might not have joined UITM WhatsApp group. This is the UITM WhatsApp group, okay? Here is the WhatsApp group for UITM. Make sure you guys join. So this is what we do as part of our coaching and consultancy, and plan your publication early. This is a very good example, only from chapter 1 to 3, concept paper. This is from University of Warwick. Concept paper Web of Science Q2. I think within 6 or 7 months it was published after finish chapter 1 to 3. And some papers will take time. This is an empirical paper that recently we worked on. After he finished his PhD thesis, we coached and completed the paper. Took 1 year, 2 months to publish, but luckily he had prior publication to graduate. So this is an empirical paper, Web of Science Q1 from chapter 4 to 6. Okay, so plan your publication early. So with that, upcoming classes, high impact publications and fulfilling graduation requirements, next paper, next class, chapter 1 background to problem statement and chapter 1 problem statement to RORQ. So interested on other classes, if any of you have interest on requesting other kind of classes, you can request. If you want, please let me know. I'll share the link with you guys. You can go to, I just share right away. Okay, so you can go to this particular link. If you have any other queries that you want me to share, I'll do it live on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Go to this particular link. Okay, you can click that link, hit 5-star, nothing less than 5-star, hit 5-star, and then in the comment, write what other things you want to learn. Okay, like anything that is immediate lah. So the next coming 1 or 2 months, I'll start running live classes. Okay, upcoming classes again, Dr. Khairon will advertise. So make sure you watch the space and be in the UITM WhatsApp group so that you guys don't miss the next class. Okay, click the link above that I've shared. Go and write down what other classes you want and make sure you hit 5-star, nothing less than 5-star. Okay, with that, this is where our office is based in Cyberjaya. If you want to visit me, please let me know in advance. And with that, thank you very much. Okay, stop sharing and over to you, Miss Munira.
Okay. Okay, a wealth of knowledge. Thank you, Dr. Thava, for that riveting session. So let's give a nice round of virtual applause Thank you for all the interesting questions from the audience and to Dr. Thava for addressing each with clarity and enthusiasm. Everyone wish to delve deeper or seeks additional clarification. Dr. Tavamaran's contact details are available in the chat. Very well, ladies and gentlemen, as our insightful journey draws to a close, I like to pause for a moment of gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Tavamaran. Your wisdom and insight have truly enriched us today. Your generosity in sharing your expertise is genuinely appreciated. To each and every one of our attendees, your active participation and enthusiasm are a testament to your dedication. I trust that you're leaving this session with practical insight for crafting an exceptional review paper. A quick note that the link for confirming your attendance is now active in the chat box and will remain for the next 15 minutes. To wrap up, let's come together in unity for the Tasbih Kafara and Suratul Al-As, marking a fitting end to our session. It has been a genuine pleasure guiding you through today's webinar. I hope our path cross again in future session. Wishing each of you success and inspiration in all your endeavor. This is Munira Muhammad and bidding you farewell for now. Have a splendid day ahead and Assalamualaikum and see you in the next webinar.
Okay, very quickly I interrupt. So for those who want the attendance link, I think later we can share in WhatsApp group again. Can Ms. Munira? So in case you miss out, make sure you join the WhatsApp group so later we can share the link there. Okay? In case you guys never sign up for the attendance form. Okay, all right, Ms. Munira, thank you so much. And then thank you, Dr. Khairon as well. I wish you all the best and see you guys soon. Okay, have a very good weekend. Okay, thank you. See you all. Bye-bye.